All right, let's get right into it. There's this new wave of artificial intelligence that is, and I'm not exaggerating here, about to completely transform the legal world. Now, on one hand, it has this incredible potential to open up access to justice for millions of people. But on the other, it could make things a whole lot worse. So today, we're going to unpack this double-edged sword. First, I want you to look at this number, 92%. Any guesses what that is? Well, that is the absolutely staggering percentage of low-income Americans. We're talking 36 million people who just can't afford a lawyer when they face a civil legal problem. It's a massive crisis in our justice system. And the results of this, what they call the justice gap, are just devastating. We're talking about real people losing their homes in an eviction, losing custody of their kids, or having their financial rights trampled on by big corporations, all because they can't possibly navigate our incredibly complex legal system by themselves. It creates this huge power imbalance in our courts, and it's an injustice that hits women and people of color the hardest. But what if technology could actually help fix this? This is where we get to the promise of AI. The really optimistic view is that these powerful new tools could finally level the playing field and offer a real solution to this access crisis. And look, this isn't some sci-fi fantasy we're talking about down the road. It is happening right now. There is a massive legal tech boom going on. You've got almost 300 companies that have raised over $750 million, all to build these kinds of tools. It's a huge, fast-growing industry, and it is absolutely ready to make a major splash. So what can these AI tools really do for you, the average person? Well, they can instantly fill out legal paperwork, things like wills or contracts. They can answer your legal questions for a tiny fraction of what a human lawyer would charge. They can help you understand all that confusing legal jargon and can even give you advice on your rights and how you might want to approach your case. The whole idea is to make legal knowledge accessible to everyone. And we're already seeing this work in the real world. There's a website called Do Not Pay that has used AI to get more than 100,000 speeding tickets overturned. That's millions of dollars back in people's pockets. And there's another app, Rainbow, that helps victims of domestic violence figure out their rights and find the legal protections available to them. These are real, life-changing impacts.
It's so powerful that even the pros are kind of shocked. There's a story about a bankruptcy lawyer, Luis Salazar, who decided to put a new legal AI to the test. He pitted it against his own skills on a really complex case. And his reaction? He said the results just blew him away. He found the AI could write a sophisticated legal memo almost as well as a human lawyer, but it did it in a fraction of the time.
Okay, but this is where the story takes a really sharp turn, because for all of its incredible promise, there's a huge peril here. If we don't handle this carefully, the very same tools that are meant to close the justice gap could actually wind up turning it into a giant chasm.
And this gets to the single biggest fear that experts have, that instead of equalizing things, we accidentally create a two-tiered system of justice. So in Tier 1, you've got the haves, the wealthy corporations and giant law firms with the absolute best, most expensive AI money can buy. And then in Tier 2, you've got the have-nots, everybody else stuck with cheap, buggy, low-quality tools if they can get access to anything at all.
This whole danger really breaks down into three big problems. First, the best AI costs a fortune, which gives a huge head start to anyone with deep pockets. Second, you've got the digital divide. A lot of people can't even get online to use these tools. And third, the algorithms themselves can be really biased, which just automates the same inequality we're trying to solve.
Let's just take that digital divide for a second. 1 in 5 Americans doesn't have reliable internet. But it's not just about that. So many people also don't have the digital skills or even the right devices to use these complex apps. This basically locks out the most vulnerable people from the very solutions that are supposed to be helping them.
So this brings up a really important question. Can a piece of code, an algorithm, actually be unfair? And the answer to that is a huge, unqualified yes. It's a massive problem.
See, AI systems learn from whatever data we feed them. And when that data is just scraped from all over the internet, well, the AI learns all of our worst biases. We have literally seen chatbots produce overtly racist responses. And on top of that, most of these tools only work well in English, and they're not culturally aware, which means they completely fail the very communities who need them most.
And there's another sneaky danger here. The fear is that policymakers will look at even a flawed, low-quality AI tool and say, hey, that's good enough. They could use it as an excuse to defund public defenders and legal aid societies, basically giving up on real, human-centered help in favor of a much cheaper, but way worse digital Band-Aid. So yeah, the situation seems pretty serious, but it is not hopeless.
This technology is still being built, which means we have a window of opportunity to actually steer it in the right direction. And the key to doing that is smart, proactive regulation.
Researchers have laid out a pretty clear three-part solution for how we can guide legal AI. It all comes down to promoting transparency, encouraging some healthy competition, and using this really clever idea called a regulatory sandbox. So, first up, transparency. Right now, a lot of these AI systems are what you'd call a black box. We put information in, we get an answer out, but we have no idea how it got there. Transparency means forcing these systems open so that outside experts can review them. This lets us hunt for bias, check if they're accurate, and create quality certifications so we know they actually work and aren't just taking advantage of people.
Second, we need way more competition. As it stands, there are these old, outdated laws that actually stop tech companies from investing in law firms. This pretty much means only the big, rich firms can afford to buy or build the best technology. But if we change those laws, we could finally level the playing field and let smaller, more innovative firms get in the game.
And finally, there's this really cool idea called a regulatory sandbox. Just think of it like a protected lab. It's a special zone where companies can test out brand new legal service models, maybe ones that mix AI and humans in new ways, without having to worry about breaking old rules. They do it all under close supervision, of course. Utah actually started the first one, and it's been a huge success in making legal services way more affordable.
So at the end of the day, this technology is really at a crossroads. Is it going to be the great equalizer that finally closes the justice gap in this country? Or will it become the greatest divider, creating a permanent legal underclass? The tool is being built as we speak. The only real question left is, who are we building it for?